it's Leo, and this video is a celebration to one of the animators who has worked and is still working on Precure, our beloved anime, someone that has made lots of impressive and amazing scenes, Hiroshi Tatezaki. Today, April 28th, is Tatezaki's birthday, so as a celebration, we decided to kind of do a compilation of the works that Tatezaki already did for Precure. So this is what we're going to talk about today. First of all, I want to say that we here on the Magical Cinnamon channel were able to do a little interview with Tatezaki, which was a super huge honor. So you can check it out. I'm going to leave the link on the description of this video. If you haven't checked it out before, go take a look. It's an amazing time. We sent him the questions. He answered them in a text. And it was like one of the peak moments of Magical Cinnamon for sure. So this is a compilation of Hiroshi Tatezaki's works on Precure. So for starters, let's start with Hirogaru Sky Precure. Tatezaki worked on the second episode of Hirogaru Sky, specifically on the scene that Sora remembers what happened in her childhood and the moment she was saved by a hero. He was the key animator on that amazing scene. He also worked on Cure Prism's transformation, specifically in one shot of the transformation. We don't exactly know which shot of the transformation he's worked on, but he shared this information on Twitter, which is very nice. I really love Cure Prism's transformation. It's an amazing one. I feel like all the poses that she does, it looks so idol-ish. I just love it. So for me, it's a big win. So far, those are his works on Hirogaru Sky. I really hope he gets to work more because I really like his style. Now let's go to Delicious Party Precure, in which he did some bank animations. And they were really amazing. Both of them focused on Gentlu, our starting villain from this season, and he did two specific Gentlu scenes. The first one is Gentlu's summoning scene, which was a very amazing one, and he also shared on Twitter that he tried to make the scene and Gentlu look very pretty on it, because he knew Gentlu was a very important character in the show. And the second scene that he worked on was Gentlu's second summoning scene, when she had kind of a power-up in her Ubaozo summon. I mean, very big moment, I feel like, especially when you work on stock footage animation, because those are going to be seen lots and lots of times. I mean, the power-up summoning scene, we haven't seen lots of times, but you know, every time we see a scene like that, it lives on in our memory for sure, and it was definitely an amazing one. Now let's go to Tropical Rouge Precure. He was the one who did Cure Summer's solo attack. Let's just remember the amazingness that was Summer Ototo Strike. That's a very hard pronunciation for me. Summer Ototo Strike. I think that's how it's pronounced. That was such a gorgeous attack. And again, big stock footage moment, right? And I just love it. It's really incredible. He was the key animator on the stock footage of this attack from Cure Summer. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous job. And in Tropical Rouge, he also worked on one of the most legendary episodes, episode 29. This episode is probably one of the most legendary episodes in the whole Precure franchise, baby. I love this moment. He worked specifically on this scene, on the big fight in episode 29. How cool is that? And if you watch the Magical Cinnamon channel, you know I have a thing for those big buff villains. And Healing Good Precure delivered on this department when it came to Guayuru. He was a very hot man, wasn't he? And Tatezaki also worked on Guairu's summoning scene. Tatezaki, thank you so much for giving Guairu that amazing animation. I really like it, and it looked so cool and kind of dorky as well, but very hot. I loved it. And Tatezaki also worked in one of my favorite Precure transformations ever. I remember some years ago, I did a top 5 favorite Precure transformations, and this transformation was on it. We're talking about Mahotsukai Precure. Tatezaki did none other than the transformation of the Topaz style. I really love this transformation. It is so creative. It's a lot of fun. And I just love the animation on it. He was the key animator on this transformation. Tatezaki, you rocked it. I was in awe watching this. Gorgeous. Now let's talk about some other works that he did on Precure that we don't exactly know which scene he was working on, or he worked as a key animator on the whole episode. Let's take a look at some past works. I have my notes here with me because he worked in lots of episodes. Let's go back to Mahotsukai Precure. He was key animator in episodes 22, 29, 36, and 49. I mean, that final episode, baby. Come on, episode 49, legendary. He was part of it. Very big, very huge. In Healing Good, he worked as key animator again in episodes 4, episode 30, episode 32, and episode 37. In Tropical Rouge, he worked as key animator in episode 1 and 29, which are works that we have already mentioned before, but he was also the animation director from episode 25. Episode 25 was a very fun episode, and it focused on Sakuragawa Sensei. I don't know if you remember this. I really liked this episode, and it felt very dear to me because of the narrative, but I also really liked the animation. He was the animation director from this episode. I mean, come on. This is really huge. Big. I mean, come on. Just imagine the glory of being the animation director in a Precure episode. Love it. In Delicious Party Precure, he worked as key animator in episodes 1, 10, and 26. Very nice, right? Delicious Party is also another work that we have mentioned before in episodes 1 and 10. We mentioned before on Gentlu's stock footage animation. Very nice, isn't it? So I just have to say that when we have one episode only of an anime show, and since we're specifically talking about Precure, there are many professionals that work on it. We have animators, we have mixers, we have people who work on the soundtrack, we have people who work on editing, we have people who work on voice acting, we have people who work on directing. There are tons and tons and tons of people that work very hard to make this show come to life. So it's an amazing opportunity to come here and do a little thing, something small, of course, for what he represents, something small, but it's definitely something that comes from the heart to celebrate one of those people who help Precure come to life. This is something that we have to value because Precure is such an important show for us, and it's always nice to recognize how hard people work to make it come to life. Every single episode is a ton of work from tons and tons of people. So thank you to all people that work on Precure. But today we're going to focus on Hiroshi Tatezaki. Tatezaki-san, thank you very much for all the hard work you do. Not only on Precure, because Tatezaki works on lots of great shows, and he has been doing some shots from Magical Destroyers, which is a show that's airing right now, and I'm really enjoying it. It's amazing, but thank you for helping the Precure magic come to life. I hope that your birthday this year is a good one. I hope you celebrate, have lots of fun, enjoy yourself, enjoy life. I wish you lots of health and happiness. and I am pretty sure that the Precure community from around the world and people here on the Magical Cinnamon channel feel the same way. Thank you very much for helping the Precure magic come to life. Happy birthday, Hiroshi Katazaki!